Show and Tell with Bishop Joansie, episode 14, November Halloween edition. Hey guys, this is a episode update of Show and Tell with Bishop Joansie, episode 14, channel update edition. You know, like when it comes to these things, it's always like highs and lows. Things happen.
I hate this chick.
No! And shit's happen, you know, like it's like I remember I was like book writing and like, you know, let's like in layman's terms, you know how like in book writing, you know, it's always like embracing like the lightest light and the darkest dark, Genesis, Omega themes, beginning and the end. And you know, anxiety and depression, sometimes it's like a deadly combination of a lot of things. Our show is sponsored by Mike's Hard Lemonade. I was just getting that real meat and potatoes. See this phone? This is my iPhone 11. I was always using this thing to like record my videos for a while. This show's like $800. Point is that like it ended up becoming a thing where like, you know, someone broke my phone at a protest because people are stupid at these protests. See, look at that, babu. The point is that like, you know, they said they were gonna pay for the damages. They never did. They lied to me. So, you know, we can name names later. Or don't. Like I said, you know, usually when it comes to any making any channel professional, you try not to name names and avoid drama and negative energy. My point is that this thing is busted, but the fucked up part is that this thing had episode 14 and 15 in it, and like, you know, and the documentaries in the works. Look, the point is that like it's my channel update is basically like, yeah, my iPhone 11's broken. It's on a boot loop, so it's like every time I try to open it up, whatever, you know, it doesn't matter. That's not the point, though. The point is that this is a channel update. So let's, you know, channel update you. This piece right here, it's called, like, National Hispanic Heritage Month. The thing about what makes this piece special is that it's supposed to, like, represent the elements of, like, Hispanic heritage. And I think the best way to explain any art piece is from left to right, so let's go. So it's like these elements with the channel update, you know, it's like, you know, we got the American flag, you got the Uruguay flag, the Dominican flag, Nicaragua, Panama, Guatemala, España, Peru, Chile, Colombia, Puerto Rico. Like, I'll pull up a reference on the video itself. It's not a contest, guys. And see, this one's the Costa Rican flag, Bolivia, Mexico, Argentina, Honduras, Ecuador. Fuck, I don't remember. I gotta remember that one. Cuba, and this is like Venezuela. It's funny with the thing. Yeah, that's Venezuela. And let's see, like, okay, so we got the flags out of the way. Let's explain like these things. These things are elements of Art Deco. See how these vibes with the vibe on the vibe. It's like that thing where it's like, you got the triangle corner. Elements of Art Deco shit where it's like, you know, it looks aesthetically good. And, you know, like the elements of this where it's like it looks good here and it looks good there and it looks good everywhere. It's always been like, you know, like that thing. It's of like Art Deco and elements of like just something that I've always been obsessed with. Like, see, like this reference, like, oye, como va, erino, oye, como está, volar. That is a song by, like, you know, Tito Puentes, and then like they would remix it like with Santana and all those vibes, but that's just like a Spanish song reference. I like this because it's like the double anasan, and that's always like the funny thing, you see, like with the double anasan intricacies with the thing on a thing, like that box on box overlay, like box, diamond, half diamond shit, and then that's my signature. And that is like the vibe of like Navajo, Arizona can vibes. And you see like right here with the intricacies with the bottom right here, you got like Fiesta colors. And I know these Fiesta colors mean something different. See how like with the Aztec shield, because that's been a thing with the Aztec shield. with the vibe. Let's get a good look at that. So let's break down some of the homies. Like, who are these people in the drawing, Pedro? Please tell me. This is Pilar Viviente. She's like a professor in Spain. I met her with the whole Miami vibes. And it was wonderful because me and her had a grand slam in time. And it was like one of those things where it's like, yeah, let's make me famous. And like, we got clout. We all got clout. So let's do the clout thing. That's an adult beverage right there. More intricacies. This is a guy that I don't want to talk about because he's a funny guy. And let's say on that, this is like we try to, we keep things at a professional level. Let's keep it professional. And then there's me with the glasses, me with the MX, like Mexico. See what my intricacies with the freaking shoes, and you see what me holding pencils. It was funny. Someone made a remark saying like these were my parents just because they're above me and they're taller than me. And it's actually funny because they're not. This is actually like freaking my friend from college, John. He was Dominican. Shouts out to John. Shouts out to like freaking Megala. She's got like a TV show. So she's on that grind myself. Like, we're out here like cloud chasing. She's like also cloud chasing the vibes. This is Paul Caveza. He would like travel the world. He's Peruvian. He's been like a great guy. He was the one who helped me kickstart with the whole like Spanish Art League. Flashback that episode. I got invited from the Spanish Art League. I mean, like, you see that like the nice fancy yellow. Like, look at the sharpness. It's just my way of saying like, yeah, we're back, baby. After all the slow nonsense, because all the like business was slow.
Understatement of the year.
Understatement of the freaking year. Yeah, it's been a slow year for some. But for me, it's like, yeah, you see how the logo and how it pops in the situation. It's all based off the meme and that flair of video games. Like the parody of a video game cover because, yeah, business was slow, but, you got to press start to do the thing. You know what I mean? And that's like with anything. All right, flashback over. So, yeah, let's move on to these other figures. This figure is my friend Bronson. He's been a funny guy, but he's always been he got me out of a rough jam, and and I appreciated that. So it's like, shouts out to Bronson. He's a good guy at heart. Like, I know he's a good guy. He's young. We're all young. I'm young and dumb myself. Like, I'm stupid. Like, I'm a pee-pee head. But that's not the point, though. Like, this is my friend, like, freaking Wally. He always hated it when they call him Floyd. He was like, Pedro, that's not my name. It's Wall, not Wally. That is my OC's name. But yeah, like, Wall there, I got it for you. But yeah, let's move on to these other things. As you can see, like this thing here, we got like some Art Deco. We got like some vibes with the vibe. Unlike Art Deco vibes, but the Art Deco vibe is like matching the Fiesta colors. So like my freaking Fiesta colors don't make like, yeah, it's like a mix of Fiesta and Art Deco, which is pretty interesting when you think about it. Fiesta, Art Deco, boy. I like this one because this is like more elements of Art Deco, and this is even another element of Art Deco. So as you can see, the running theme is that like these are themes of Fiesta colors and Art Deco. These are like things like where I can combine an art style that is 100 years old, and it's just something that got to me, and that like it's like that slow reflection of okay, first you learn Art Deco, and then you learn about like Art Nouveau, and you learn about like, then just expanding the mind and body and soul. Because that's why I do this series, because people always see these things with the Fiesta colors and the vibes. The point is, you see like national, these are all like colors, they all mean something. Like, green represents like anxiety and depression and like envy and money. We got the red representing like heat, and like, red represents a lot of things. Like courage, integrity, like that vibe, just like, and then you got the pink. Pink has always been a funny color because it's like, represents like a feminine vibe. I want to reflect on those feminine vibes. It can mean many things. It means like cotton candy. It means like, for me, it was like, what does pink mean? I always see it's like a girl, man, Pedro, that's a girl color. Stop labeling things, man. You're being like genderphobic or whatever these PC liberal terms. And you got the yellow, whatever. The yellow, as you can see how the yellow contrasts with the freaking pink. And see how like with the freaking blue it contrasts the shit. See with the N, like it repeats. The colors repeat because I don't want to make my shit look like a hot mess, Pedro. Because when it comes to color theory, you gotta have at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different colors, so that way the picture can still breathe and you can still like use colors. So it's like that thing where it's like a 5 picture rule. Whatever. I'm drunk. I'm not drunk enough. This is a great reference. See this reference right here? This is the Aztec shield reference. Maboop. I'm just gonna like whatever, it's like, movie magic. You see, we got like more elements of like overlay and then like the sharpness. So it's like that dynamic thing. It's like, you see the overlay, like you look closely. These things. Like, what was my thought process on these things? It was like that thing where it's like you get a diamond in that shape. It's like that composition where you use patterns of diamonds and triangles. It's like diamond and triangle overlay technique, and you got like the dots. And you can see like there's like, and I interpreted this technique with the diamond and dots, and then you see the elements of like droplets. So this is like me like combining like geography. You know what I mean? Like, I'm out here mixing shapes and shit and like keeping the picture breathing, because it's like that thing where you have like too many colors. Like, you see how like this thing is like that overlay, like boop, 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 boop. It's like more overlay here. We got like elements of dots here, elements of like Art Deco, because sometimes the elements of Art Deco, sometimes it's just that subtle yellow, and it's like a freaking angle, and it's like that overlay of an angle on an angle kind of vibes. And some say it's like, Art Deco was never an art style. It was more along the lines of like a lifestyle. And because, people be like, yo, let me like, like that's why like the shit flows from here, because that's we see like the intricacies here and here and here, because that's a trim, and that's like a thing on a thing, and that's like dots on dots. And you see like with the overlay technique here, and then you see like I'm interpreting leaves, because it's like, flowers were always a thing. People are always drawing flowers. They love that. It's the aesthetic of more leaves and autumn and that color shift of everything in between. See like more, and you can see like, you see how like I'm using this element of overlay here, here, and here, and here. So it's like, it's me using that element of like, what would I call this? I would call it like, people always ask me, Pedro, what's your art style? You have an art style. You're so unique. Oh my god. Alright, the point is that like, I'm gonna call this art style Art Deco. So it's funny because I was like reflect back on like, why did I make this series? Why did I do show and tell with Bishop Joansie? Why did I do it? I did it because I'm trying to be a celebrity artist, and it's like, once you start like gaining reputation, it becomes like that kind of vibe. Or it's like this kind of vibe where it's like, just like, let me just do my techniques and let me do my overlays. And it's always been like a thing where it's like, let me combine the geometry and geometrics of the complicated shits, because it's like, because it's like, when it's an artist thing, it comes naturally, and you can't just pressure me. Not everything has to be Veep. Like, like, there's a thing, like, there's a misunderstanding with these artists, like, oh, you drew it for a reason, like, yeah, you're right. And sometimes like, it's like that back to basics, like hooked on phonics stuff, like with these leaves, like here, here, and here, and here, and like more elements of Art Deco. So this is like the hot spot right here. This hotspot represents like, okay, the plants would motivate me, Art Deco motivates me, overlay motivates me. The point is that like, on some final notes, you see like this thing here and here. This background is an overlay of a picture-on-picture technique where I use this drawing. And I used like 5 different pictures on this other drawing, and like my lesson is that like, on some final notes, he's got the Peruvian jersey, he's got the Barca jersey. This guy, he always wears suits, Art Deco, Mexico, the casual wear, like business wear. But other than that, I think that concludes this episode of Show and Tell with Bishop Joansie. Thanks for watching, guys. It's like one of those things where it's like, man, I could be having a special guest. Sometimes it's like one of those things like, I need a guest. I need someone to do this with. I need someone to hold the fucking camera. Point is that like, I'm doing this to fulfill something, and that thing is like trying to be famous, because I know when I die, I die. But like, when I die, they can remember me for the art I've done and the techniques I brought. Like, I just want to be one of the greats. Just want to prescribe greatness. In conclusion, look at me. I'm a hot mess. This is my house. The point is that I love you guys, and I love the fans, and it's like, it's like that element of things where you have that deep think, where you're a man of notoriety, and you gotta do the thing on a thing. So it's like that thing. Joansie, I feel like you're gonna really like this music video, even though like my iPhone 11 stopped working. Like, the footage in this music video is actually compiled with, like, you know, all the footage that I took on my birthday on Halloween. It ended up becoming like that, and then it ended up becoming like that slow reflection. It's like, even though my expensive phone is broken, the show must go on, and I still have like a lot of artwork to explain and show off. So it's like, you know, I shouldn't have to let the little inconveniences bum me out, right? The point is that, like, you know, I'm gonna cast out my vote. I know who I'm gonna vote for, and I'm gonna vote for.
John knows music.
Timing is everything. And God's timing is perfect. Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. How about that? Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. How about that? God is sick and tired of the racism. Trump should have been fired, do away with him. He's a Russian spy, should be hanging him. Don't know why it's based, how they claim Christian. King going on with the same system. Put away your change, just exchange with him. Money is a chain on your brain system. Next time let it rain with your pain. Sisters and brothers, till we already in heaven. One single moment for eternity in 7. That's peace, that's the code to put ice on your soul, so you don't have to burn in the fire no more. Hell is trying to work for your heaven, but we don't deserve it, that's for God, J.J. Hairston. Our good God will provide every hairpin. Once I seen them ships in the sky on the air wind. Jesus is back, Jesus is black, Jesus is back. Jesus is black, Jesus is back, Jesus is black, Jesus is back. How about that? Jesus is back, Jesus is black, Jesus is back, Jesus is black. Yo, Jesus is back, Jesus is black, Jesus is back. How about that? People blaspheming in the streets. No fear of God means your soul would delete. We living in the matrix, just like the movie. God changed my eyes, I can see it, yo, it's groovy. The grid is the earth, but heaven is the circuit. Everybody's life is a part of his purpose. If you kill your ego, you might just believe, yo, my daddy is black and I'm back for my people. Jesus is back, Jesus is black, Jesus is back, Jesus is black, Jesus is back. How about that? Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Yo, Jesus is back. Jesus is black. Jesus is back. How about that? B-L-A-C-K-J-E-S-U-S. 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 Yes, B-L-A-C-K-J-E-S-U-S. 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 Yes! John Noise Music! Y'all was in hell for 37 years. 3 days. It was hell being a young black man. It was hell being a young black male. It was hell being a young black male. It was hell being a young black male. 777.
Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind?